Hello, you tuber people, again, then. Welcome to the second part of this nonsense, whatever this is. So, look, the piano's all straight now. It's all in order. So, what's going on? Well, if you remember, I ended last thing on an exciting, tense, suspenseful cliffhanger full of jeopardy, where I asked why we needed a G sharp in I Will Survive. Let's play I Will Survive to remind ourselves of how it goes, right? Look, I avoided using the rude finger for that note for a bit. Why that one? Suddenly. All the rest of it's been white notes. It's all been white notes, 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 and then... Why that? Why would you have that? Why would you do that to yourself? Well, I'm afraid the time has come to discuss scales. Oh, not scales. Oh, scales. Everyone hates scales. Everyone hates scales. Well, not everyone. I don't. I like them. But learning scales, when you're learning them, when you're a kid, particularly going through the grades, can be a very, very dull process. They're not like fun tunes to play. Also, there's a lot of them. Like, for instance, when they start you off on a piano, they'll tend to start you off with like 5 fingers, 5 notes. Let's start on C where you normally start. 5 fingers, 5 notes, and then you get used to playing different combinations of those notes. There's not that many tunes, but there are. I mean, there's one of my favourite pieces of music ever. If you're allowed a bit of backing in different things, then you can go. So on. Right, it's only what it does need one note at the end. There's that one extra note, but then right, very simple. So you can learn a lot of that with that, but eventually you'll come to a point where you want more notes. And then if you do that and you're on your little finger and then you try and find a way of playing the next note, people end up doing this sort of nonsense, and it's not a good idea. So what you do, rather than wait until you're in panic mode and you're on your little finger and it becomes awkward, we have a little pattern for going up and down scales. And when you learn the scale of C major, being the scale of all the white notes from C to C, what you learn is this pattern where you go, imagine that your hand here is numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Do that again. There you go, you can do graphics now. Haha. So then you go 1, 2, 3, and then while you're on the middle finger there, you swap underneath with your thumb when it's still easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if you're finishing there, you go your little finger because it's the end, and go back down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And if you're not finishing on that C at the top, you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you swap again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you carry on for as many as you're doing until you hit your little finger. 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, until you decide that you are finished. And that's how you play a scale. And the gag of practicing that is to try and make it sound nice and smooth. Right? So that a person listening wouldn't be able to tell that there was a difference between those two things. Wouldn't be able to tell that you're swapping thumbs under and stuff. Why don't you just do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 until you're finished? Because it's nice to have a pattern that lands you back where you started on your thumb. You're always on your thumb on a C on this pattern. And if you want to do it with your left hand, you just do it backwards. So if you were going to start at the bottom, you'd start with the finger that would be at the top at the right hand, the little finger, and you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, then 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. and then back down, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, finish on a 5. Bingo. So that's not so bad. You learn that scale and you're like, all right, I can do scales. Scales are all right. And then the next scale that you will often learn, the next scale that I learned, was the scale of G major. So G major is the one that starts, this is the C, D, E, F, G. G is the scale that starts on G. And your instinct, well, my instinct, certainly when I got a scale of G major, was to go, okay, fine. I know how C major works. Major is all the white notes. So I'll play a scale of G major. And you know what? It's not bad, is it? It's nice and musical. Nice musical set of notes. But it's not a major scale. How can we tell that it's not a major scale? Well, firstly, you might just be able to tell that note is a little bit not major scaley. It's not unpleasant, but it isn't the major scale. Also, you can always apply the happy birthday test, right? If you think that something might be a major scale, you play happy birthday in it. So in this case, well, I'll show you what it sounds like. You can make your own decision about how close it is. Now, I think it's quite pleasant. I mean, it's almost nicer to listen to than normal happy birthday, right? But it isn't quite the same. That chord is not a happy birthday chord, it's a nice chord. But it isn't happy birthday. If you wanted to make it normal happy birthday in a major scale, you might not want to, but if you want to know the difference, at least it helps. Then what you have to do is you have to take this note that was a bit funny, this is an F, and you sharpen it. You make it one semitone higher, turn it into an F sharp. So now you've got, or if you're going to go more than an octave, you go, and that's actually it's easier to come down onto your thumb after that black note. And you do that. So it's like, all right, okay, well, that was weird. And I don't know why I'm not learning them in note order. Like, why am I started off with C? Why am I not going next to D and then to E or F? Or am I not going up the notes in some, why am I leaping up to a G? And then the next thing I learnt, actually I'm not going to do it in the order that I learnt it. The next thing that I'm going to show you is a scale of D major. So, just out of interest, this is where you start to see little patterns emerge. So, here's a key of C major, right? And then to go into G major, which has got one sharp, we moved up to the fifth note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth note of that scale. And then we took the seventh note of that scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, will be the seventh note, this one. And we sharpened it. So it's got a sharp seventh. Right, that's what we did. And to go to the next one with more sharps, you go from a G to the fifth note of that scale, 1, 2, 3. And you keep the F sharp that you had before. And now you take this, what would be a C, and you sharpen that. The seventh note of the scale, you sharpen it again. Right, as opposed to what you get if you didn't use black notes at all in this D, which you'd get. Bit of an optimistic note there, but I think we're gonna end on a slightly sad birthday note there. So you put the sharps in and everything works out. It's odd though that, to be honest with you, even though none of these things that haven't got the black notes in, none of them sound exactly like happy birthday, but none of them are that bad, are they? I mean, they've all got uses. They all feel like you could make music in them. They're just not the major scale. But at least we've got a pattern that's starting to make sense, all right? I don't know why this is, I was thinking when I was learning this stuff, but you go up 5, and that gives you an extra sharp, and it's always the seventh note of that new scale. So you go down to D, and you sharpen that note. So the next thing I assume, and I was right, would be you go up to A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you keep all the sharps you've got, C sharp and F sharp, and you sharpen this G, bingo, and you've got, as opposed to what you get if you put this one with all the white notes, which is you get a very sad birth. Not the kind of birthday. Well, I don't know, maybe you are into that kind of birthday. Goth birthday. But then we put the black notes back in it and everything's... Everything's lovely. So you think there's a lovely system here. But in fact, I didn't learn D and A major next. I learnt F major next, and F major throws everything out. F major makes everything go wrong. F major, okay, so let's play, if you were going to play the F notes in... That's very close, isn't it? At the top end it sounds fine. But there's something maybe funny going on in the middle here. This is also a set of notes which you can use, but there's not that many pieces of music. This fourth note's a bit funny. If you were to play this, I was trying to think of famous bits of music that are in this. So there's only one that I can think of, and it goes. How would you? Right, without going through all the other bits because it keeps changing key. But that's Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman likes this. What Danny Elfman, who is the guy who wrote the Simpsons theme and also the music from Nightmare Before Christmas and Spider-Man films, loads of stuff. He loves this interval, this dodgy, weird interval here. He loves that. All that sort of stuff. But there's not that many other examples of this because this is a weird scale. What's wrong with it is it's that weird interval, that fourth note. And what you do with this one is there's nowhere sharp to go. From a B here, you couldn't push it up to the black note that side because there isn't one. This one is too sharp already. This one needs to be flattened. So you go, and also now here you've got a problem. If you're going to go to the black notes, you're going to come onto your thumb on that. So you go 1, 2, 3, 1. No, you have to go now. You have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Right? 4. It's all gone weird. And why did we sharpen? Why did we flatten the? And why is this not an A sharp? And why is it a B flat? And what's going on? And what are all these other scales? How come, even though this was wrong, if I play in D, I've got to use my sharps, otherwise it sounds not like a major scale. But if I play in D and I don't use my sharps, it's fine. It's nice. It's nice. You just start mucking around like it. So there's loads of things. Nice, but it's not a major scale. And what are all these things? And why don't we get taught them in lessons and all that sort of stuff? Well, I'm afraid in order to do this, I'm going to have to remove the piano from your view momentarily and turn into a different kind of thing. Because I need you to go back a long, long way. Let's do a thing. To a long way back in time, back into the times of ancient, back into that thing.
Transformation.